Well, Missouri Congressman Mark Alford posting on X yesterday, quote, "The Biden administration must present Congress with a clear roadmap for Ukraine's future before any further funds are allocated." Well, Secretary of State Antony Blinken making a surprise visit this morning in Kyiv. He is there right now. He's going to be holding meetings with some key Ukrainian officials. He is announcing over $1 billion in new funding for Ukraine. So House lawmakers are returning to Washington next week, and the government runs out of money, by the way, on October 1st. A lot to go through. I want to bring in Missouri Congressman Mark Alford. He's a member of the Small Business, Armed Services, and Agriculture Committees. Congressman, good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl. How you doing?
Good, good. I want to start with this breaking news on Blinken. So this is a surprise visit. We didn't know about this trip, but he's basically announcing about $1 billion in new U.S. funding. This is on top of the fact that President Biden, as you know, has already asked for $43 billion in weaponry and military aid to Ukraine. You're in the House. You control the purse strings. Your reaction?
Well, look, Cheryl, this is a clear picture of, I think, an administration that has gone amok. We support Ukraine in their efforts to defeat Russia and Vladimir Putin. What I don't support is unlimited spending. Last Congress already authorized $113 billion, $67 billion of that to direct military assistance. It's kind of like a home equity line of credit. We have given the president authority to spend up to that amount. He has spent less than half of what we have given him. And now he is coming back, asking that we give him more. Before we left to come back to the districts, it was, I think, $20.6 billion in aid to Ukraine. And now he wants to tie that to assistance for the folks in Maui who were devastated and the folks in Florida. I think that is sad and sick. We need to keep these separate. I'm not voting for any more Ukraine funding until he spends the money we've already allocated.
I think Americans may agree with you on this, sir. There's this new CNN poll. Half of Americans now oppose additional funding for Ukraine.
Well, I'm not surprised. We're in the southern part of our district on a town hall tour of 12 different towns, listening to people. That's one of the top topics that comes up in our town hall meetings. Why are we continuing to fund the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian government, and also the Ukrainian military apparatus? We're doing that because we don't want Russia to win, and I totally agree with that. But once again, if you read our editorial in The Hill that we published last week, we've got to make sure that the money that we've already allocated is spent. It's very simple. And then come back and ask for more.
Let's keep talking about money that has been allocated. So the House Small Business Committee launching this investigation into the Small Business Administration after a new report from the agency's Inspector General found that it overpaid a contractor millions of dollars for running COVID pandemic loan programs. So I asked Chair of that committee, Roger Williams, and Texas Congressman Beth Van Den about this investigating COVID fraud on the program yesterday. Listen to what they told me. It's a guesstimate. Basically guess on the amount of fraud that has been lost under this. Can you give me a number?
It's interesting that you asked that question, because when we had the Administrator Guzman in front of our Small Business Committee, we asked her that question, and she could not provide us with an answer.
The Inspector General says it's $200 billion. It may be $600 billion, Cheryl. The SBA says, no, it's $36 billion, like that's chump change. The fact of the matter is 1 out of 5 of these loans were fraudulent, and we've got to get to these are taxpayers' money. We've got to get it back.
600, sir. I mean, that's an incredible number. It's probably higher. You're a member of the Small Business Committee. What is your reaction?
Well, 2 months ago, we had the Inspector General. He was very cooperative. I fully believe he's not a Republican, but he wants to find this money that has been ripped off from the American taxpayers. Administrator Guzman refused to come testify. There's a big discrepancy. She's saying $36 billion was involved in fraud, and he's saying over $200 billion. He has more investigative power, so he was able to come up with a bigger number. But listen, Cheryl, the point is these are taxpayer dollars. We've got to return it to the American taxpayer.
Congressman, I've got Lee Carter with me on set. Got a question for you. Lee, go ahead.
So
sure.
I understand that this is a huge issue, but how do you plan to get the money back? And when you look at the way the American people right now view government, they don't trust the government to do right by them. 80% of Americans, whether Republican or Democrat, say the government is not here to fight for people like me. They think the system is rigged to benefit the few, not the many. But this is complicated. It's a great thing to say that the money is going to get back, but how is that even possible? And how can we make sure that this doesn't happen again going forward with any other kinds of allocations?
Well, that's a very good question. I understand the frustration from you and on the part of the American people. They have lost trust in their government. They have lost trust in the federal law enforcement agencies. We are leaving it pretty much up to the Inspector General to work with the programs and the SBA to get this money back. He has the investigative and enforcement powers for these programs. The Small Business Committee, as much as I'd like to, I can't knock on somebody's door and demand that they give me whatever they ripped off from the taxpayer. But let me assure you that Roger Williams, the chairman, and I and other members of this committee will be working with the Inspector General, who is fully cooperative on this, to get this money back.
The federal deficit right now is sitting at $1.4 trillion. That was for fiscal year 2022. $600 billion is what Congressman Williams told me yesterday. And he is, as you said, the head of that committee. So we're definitely looking for more from this investigation as it moves forward when you all return next week. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Congressman Mark Alford, thank you, Congressman.
Thank you, Cheryl. Have a good one.
You too.